My warmest greetings and a pleasant morning to all the esteemed officials, participants, and guests in this event. On behalf of the Philippine Space Agency, or PhilSA, I congratulate the National Academy of Science and Technology and the Department of Science and Technology, the driving force behind PAGTANAW 2050, the Philippine Foresight on Science, Technology, and Innovation report being launched today. My congratulations too to the researchers, writers, editors, reviewers, and other contributors to this important report. The PAGTANAW 2050 Philippine Foresight on STI imparts a vision of the future prosperous archipelagic maritime nation through science and technology innovation. The PhilSA particularly appreciates how space exploration is included as one of the key areas for foresight in this report. After all, foresight and space exploration go together. Venturing into space and perhaps putting up a space agency are manifestations of long-term thinking, of thinking big, which flies in the face of the small or short performance mindset. Space programs are an antithesis to, in the words of national artist for literature 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡𝗚 that was used in the report, the, quote, native aversion to the large venture, the big risk, the bold, extensive enterprise, unquote. Many things that we consider today as essentials or conveniences result from a nexus or cascade and confluence of developments, of incremental innovations spanning several years, decades even, built on top of a seminal idea offered years before. Mobile phones, Wi-Fi, the internet, wireless headsets, telemedicine, and vaccines, they were not invented yesterday. Fundamental ideas and abstract concepts, ones which at the time they were conceived, no one could tell where they could lead, much less how they could be used, lie at the heart of many technological and societal innovations we consider today as necessities or comforts. Can we imagine where we would be now if we had not invested in that fundamental work, given the myriad and uncertainty of outcomes then? If we did not exercise proper foresight? And so human beings peering into telescopes and human beings sending fellow humans to outer space to pursue scientific discoveries have not only helped satisfy our curiosity about the universe, these endeavors have also yielded profound technological advancements in society. Many of these we now enjoy in our everyday lives, in which we are now increasingly taking for granted. Space innovations now support a US $400 billion global space economy, one that we live in and which our country is best advised to partake in as we march towards the vision of a prosperous archipelagic maritime nation. To help further appreciation of the value that space science and technology and its applications can bring to our country, we can start by pulling out a map. We are an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, a maritime nation surrounded by water and situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire and the Typhoon Belt. Many Filipinos travel by boat and find themselves out at sea. Fishermen and small fishing boat operators need to access and to send information. We've seen how connectivity is crucial when we were confined to our homes during this pandemic, and now as we try to get back on our feet. We need to be able to communicate even during emergencies and natural disasters. Marine resources need to be preserved and protected as we try to harness the blue economy. We need long-term capability in monitoring our environment in order to understand and address climate change. Having a vantage point from space is an imperative in addressing present and future challenges on Earth. And satellites can provide the needed canopy of coverage that connects and bridges our islands, and the eyes in the sky that provide spaceborne data that can uplift and empower communities through timely and actionable information, now and into the future. As a space agency, therefore, we saw it as quite important to not just appreciate and gain insights from PAGTANAW 2050, but to also contribute to it. About a year ago, some of us were invited by the NAST to participate in the activities related to the Foresight report. There was a futures literacy leadership training, which we found quite useful and which we also intend to pursue within PhilSA. We gladly obliged when we were asked by the NAST to write a section for the report. And after the report was released, we requested NAST for a briefing. And about a couple of months ago, no less than President of NAST, academician Dr. 𝗚𝗥𝗔𝗡𝗗 conducted a session with PhilSA. Thank you very much, Academician Aszanza and NAST. As we continue to build our space agency in the local space ecosystem, we need to be able to take into account current and future developments, a range of plausible scenarios, desired or undesired, as a requisite for reimagining, updating, and enhancing our programs and plans moving forward. Strategic planning is one follow-through activity of a foresight exercise. Foresight enhances and supports the development of strategies. So even as we persevere in tackling today's challenges through our current space capabilities, as space agency sites have always been trained towards the future. Space programs innately address the long run and our investments in our future. To be relevant, a space agency must be forward-looking. PAGTANAW 2050 serves as a useful resource and reference, an inspiration and call to action in this regard. We take to heart and mind the findings, scenarios, recommendations, and aspirations in the report as we craft and pursue foresight-driven strategies. To end, the knowledge that space exploration is included as a driver of science and technology innovation in the country further bolsters our mission, that is, to promote and sustain a robust Philippine space ecosystem that adds and creates value in space for and from Filipinos and for the world. I hope that the information contained in this report will be utilized to the fullest and result in more collaborations for a science and technology empowered Philippines. Congratulations once again to the NAST, to DOST, and to all those who made this report and today's event possible. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay.